Hello and welcome to a leveling guide, a location preview thing, kind of. This is for Unrest. Obviously, it's a classic zone, so everybody's probably heard of it. To get here, you go on to Fadar, go to Butcher Block Mountains, Dagnor's Cauldron, and then a state of unrest, and then you kind of go down this little corridor, and then you're right here into this courtyard area. This spot is good for level 10 to level 30 plus. You could probably get to 35 40 here if you really tried, but let's kind of go through it, and I'll point out all the major camps and stuff like that. These should be valid for either TLP, live, or emulator content. So this is the entrance. You can pull to like this side here or that side over there. These death beetles are social aggro, so they will gang up on you. This is the maze. There's a maze on each side of this walkway right here. But if you come around here, on the back side right over here of the maze, you can kind of just skip the maze. There's nothing in there but a few scarecrows and stuff. Back here is another camp I would call the backyard. Depending on where you stand, you can stand probably in that corner or over here near this corner. And you can pull the death beetles, you can pull the tormented undead, and stuff like that. And you can do the same thing almost on the other side. If we go over here to the other side of the house, it's kind of the same concept over here. There's a little bit more stuff over here structure wise, but you could sit in that corner over there and pull there if you wanted to. And everything's kind of social aggro. You're gonna get these are level what, 12, beetles are 10, so very easy at level 10 and whatnot. So then once you're a little frisky, you can get into the house, get a few levels. You're gonna come in here. The ghouls in here start about 15. The mummies are 20. So you can take a camp. I like to camp in here. Sometimes a mob spawns in this general area that's named, drops a magic sword. So it's kind of useful. And there's just ghouls and stuff around this first floor. That's kind of where you're going to be pulling. All these different rooms have mobs in them and whatnot. More of them there. And then over here. And they're not, none of them are attacking me because I'm level 58 at the moment, so I have a little bit of distance on them. Inside here, more ghouls. This guy attacked. And mummies. This one is 20. Let's get him down. We can actually hit him. Alright. So, same stuff there. Once you get about 20, you can move up here to the second floor, which gives you a camp. This is a named-ish mob right here. I don't know why he doesn't have the rare tag, but he drops a item. Let's see if we can kill him here. There we go. Silk Haunted Pants. So these are definitely not classic level. I believe these are added at some later date, but they do drop here. So you can kind of go on the second floor here. Let me see if I can get around. There's doors with mobs in them. They're all about the same level. So we got dry bone skeleton, skeletal monks. These are 25. So you get a little higher level mobs, Nothing too difficult for someone in this level range. 21 on this dry bone skeleton. There we go. Just gonna kind of have to fight our way through here. Now we're at the point where they're gonna start attacking. So this is called the, I think the bedroom is what they call it. It's got the big kitchen in here, so, not the kitchen, but the furnace. And if you go in this room here, you have more mobs, but there's a name that spawns right here, and he's actually up. The reclusive ghoul magus. And the loot he drops isn't going to be like, earth-shattering on live, right? He dropped the Savant's cap, which is, a fairly weak item, but apparently it sells in the bazaar, so something you can pick up and use, give you a little bit of stats if you don't have a helmet yet. If you came here directly, you know, right after getting out of the tutorial, or you just started in normal zones, didn't do the tutorial, you can come here. But these are level 25 up here, so they'll be blue till like almost 30. I think it's about 29 they start to not be blue. All right, so we can come back down here and go back out this door. And there's more mobs down that way to pull, but you can also go upstairs again. There's this room here, which has the Undead Barkeep, which is another name that's up. Here, let's kill him real quick. And he doesn't drop too much. I think he drops an apron. And maybe the bloodstained mantle? I'm not sure. Yeah, he drops the thick leather apron, which is a 8 armor belt. And that's, you know, if you're playing on a TLP and this is current classic, you know, you're in classic, that's, you know, a nice item to have. So, but on live, yeah, not so much. You could sell it to a vendor for maybe 10 platinum. Maybe. I'll have to look. But this is another room in here. You could camp if you wanted to. And then you can come up into this area right here, which is another named. He's the placeholder now, but 3 mobs up here spawn the, what is his name? An undead knight of Unrest, and he drops, I think, the bloodstained mantle. And I don't know what the common or the rare, I don't know the full drop rate on that, all the stuff, but it's a 10 magic resist shoulder item, which I believe ogres can use, so it's probably best in slot for a classic ogre. I actually sold one for like 10k on live somehow, but yeah, go figure. All right, so if we get back down here and we come down here to the first floor, so this is the entrance for relevance, right? So if we go to the second door here, this bookcase, you click it, it opens up a secret door, and you can come down here. Just kind of like, we're gonna walk past these guys right now. Just kill them all at once. And then this is another room you can camp. I don't believe any names are in this room here. No, there's no names in here, but there's a lot of good experience. These are what? Level 24. This one's level 30. So this is, you're getting to the higher level mobs. This is the getting towards the end of the dungeon, right? Let me kill these real quick. And they don't have too many hit points. We're an undergeared monk, so this is my solo self-found streaming character. I just had him logged in, so that's what we're using. Come on. But there's I think 6 mobs in the back. Yeah, there's one there, one there, one there, one there. Plus the middle, and then like 2 or 3 here. So there's a bunch of mobs in this camp right here that are definitely easy to kill. You can keep going through that invisible wall right there, and keep going back here. If you go on either side of this water, it's a trap. You'll fall down. So just go through the middle, like so. Lots of these festering hags, which are level 29, 30. Go back here, and then another festering hag spawns right here. This is the placeholder for the final boss name. He drops a ring. He drops dwarven work boots too, so definitely really good items if you're in the classic era. Maybe minor upgrades if you're this level and you haven't gotten Defiant yet. But that's the, like, pretty much the gist of the entire zone. You can easily get 30 here without any issue. If you're a paladin or a cleric, you're gonna have a field day here because most of the stuff is undead. There's very little that's not undead. So yeah, and I guess it drops simple and rough defiant. Got a robe. Jeez. So yeah. Looks like we got more. We're just gonna kind of train our way out of here. But it's definitely a good zone for those level ranges. It's probably my favorite for the 10 to 30 level range. It's hard to beat, honestly. I can't think of a zone besides maybe Crescent Reach if you're really trying hard. But yeah, it's definitely a fun zone, and the mobs are all classic mobs, so they melt. They absolutely melt. But yeah, that is a state of Unrest. A good leveling spot for level 10 to 30 plus. You could probably maybe get 40 here if you really wanted to stay here that long. But thank you very much for watching, and have a fantastic day.